Hey you guys, it's Michelle, and these are my media musings. So, I'm back. It's the middle of the night, and I am pumping. I'm also looking at my baby on the monitor. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then go to the last video to catch up. So, today I figured we would talk about my Spotify Wrapped. That just came out not too long ago, and I want to get into it. Now, first of all, I am nobody's music critic, okay? Just keep that in mind. And I don't even really be up on the latest music like that. I do want to change that for 2025. I want to get into, more of what the new girls are doing. I hear a little Meg Thee Stallion, you know, here and there. I hear a little Victoria Monet here and there. But other than that, girl, oh, and of course Beyonce. But other than that, I don't really be up on it like that. But like I said, we're going to change that next year. But for this year, let's just see what they was talking about. So, my top song of 2024 apparently is My Life by Erykah Badu. So, I am a 90s baby. I be listening to the old school jams, the 90s, the 99 and the 2000. You feel me? So, it's just interesting that this song happened to be my top song. Um, but that it was only streamed 7 times. So it's like, what's going on here? I don't know. I don't know how you end up getting that as my top song. This song doesn't necessarily have any significance for me for 2024. So that's interesting. And yeah. Okay, moving on to my top songs. Number 2, we have Bodyguard, Beyonce. Now this makes sense. Okay. Cowboy Carter came out, this year. And although it wasn't my favorite, I am not like a country girl. It was cute. It just wasn't like my vibe. I'm definitely a Renaissance girl. But, it did have a few little boppy bops on there. Bodyguard being one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, ah, mm, mm, mm. So sweet. Boom, boom, boom. I give you kisses in the backseat. Boom, boom, boom. Like it just felt good, It's that, honey, honey, I can be your bodyguard. Doom, doom, doom. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite song on the album. You get a little groove going on. Honey, honey. And yeah, the next song on here is Roses by Outkast. Now that probably should have been my top song. I remember being pregnant and wearing this song out. I'm listening to my 90s kid playlist and that song is coming up and it was probably my favorite song from this year. I was just jamming to it. I remember being younger and watching the music video and just Outkast, it doesn't get any better than that. They don't make music like that no more. That's why everybody is missing Andre 3000 and it's he came out with that jazz album and I think he might have been nominated or won some Grammys or something for that or whatever. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, we miss Andre 3000. I don't know what the kids are doing in rap. That's probably something that I'm not going to get into unless my husband puts me on to something. He listens to, I leave that to him. But it's just, I don't know. It ain't like it used to be. a lot of things ain't like they used to be. And what is it about the name Caroline? Caroline, Caroline. She's a girl that the guys would say she's mighty fine, mighty fine. But mighty fine only got you somewhere half the time. And the other half either got you cussed out or coming up short. Yeah, and the dick is not even though you need a golden calculator to divide. Time it takes to look inside and realize that real guys go for real. Down to Mars, girl. I know you'd like to thank yo. Don't thank. Ain't a love it roses. Roses really smell like Yeah, roses really smell like Oh my gosh, just so good. And my favorite part of the song is at the end where you have Big Boy and he talking about stupid ass bitch. Oh punk ass bitch. Oh dumb ass bitch. A bitch's bitch. Just a bitch. Like I was pregnant, dancing around the house, just getting my bitches out. You feel me? Like I was in it. Like I don't know what it was. Like I was just really feeling the song. My next song is I Wanna Be Down by Brandy. This one's not surprising. This one has always been a favorite of mine. I like to think that if I'm ever in a karaoke bar and I'm, intoxicated enough, that this would be my go-to. I love to just sing this song, and obviously I'm not a singer, but it's just classic. It's just classic. I remember when I was like really getting into Brandy. I remember. I'm not even gonna tell you the story. That's gonna be for another time. But I just fell in love with this song. I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. I can't give you all my good stuff, You got to catch me at the karaoke bar, but yeah. One of my faves of all time. The fifth song on this list is Two Hands to Heaven by Beyoncé on Cowboy Carter, and that song, it just, again, it feels good, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like traditional, or it's what we love about Beyonce, that flow. Dunna, 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 dunna. You know what I'm saying? I like the partner song where it breaks down and it's like, two hands to heaven, I pray, please forgive my soul. Love laid daggers, breaks my heart, many moons ago. Toxic roses. Something else about this song is that it gives me rocket. Like if that's probably one of my favorite Beyonce songs. It's up there because it's just so kind of free and flowing and experimentative, and there's something in that in this song as well. Two Hands to Heaven. Like I can't explain it, especially that second part of the song where it kind of shifts a little bit, and I just feel like the whole Cowboy Carter and even Renaissance, it reminds me of that song and just how it changes throughout the song. It's not like a consistent thing, but it flows, into each other. So I feel like, yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. Like that song really reminds me of just all of the Cowboy Carter and the Renaissance. Your love run through me like lava. Pull my fit over these hips. You grip, I grind, then taste this wine. I'ma taste was mine. It's that babe. It's that babe that I've been waiting my whole life for you and I. The very, very end of that song. I just love it, you know. And this is like, this song is over 5 minutes, and we're not getting that, you know, these days. A lot of the songs, they're super short. They lack depth. They lack, you know, where's the bridge at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. This, like Beyonce, is the only one feeding me out here. Like I said, I haven't gotten into a lot of the newer stuff, so I need to give it a chance. But ain't nobody doing it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just. Okay, let's get into the podcast. So I love me a good podcast. And it says that my top podcast topic is TV and film. Obviously, you guys, I'm surprised. I don't know. Are there book podcasts? Obviously, I'm sure there are. Maybe I need to look for some. If you guys know of any, let me know. But it says that I'm in the top 3% of TV and film listeners worldwide. So that's interesting. So my top podcast is Oh Hell Yes, A Girlfriend's Podcast by Nettie Smith and Etsy Rowe. I don't know how I stumbled upon them. I don't know. I'm sure it was like somewhere on Spotify. I'm looking at my baby. He's wiggling around. He's good. Okay. I'm sure I was like looking around on Spotify for stuff, and this maybe came up. I don't know how I found them, honestly, but I love them. So this is a podcast where they covered every single episode of Girlfriends, and I love Girlfriends. I am obsessed with the show, just like anybody else. I watch it at least once a year. You know, binge watch it. Maybe twice. I don't know. Definitely at least once a year. And so when I think I discovered their podcast like around this time last year, like 2022. So then, no, 2023. So then going into 2024, you know, I was listening to them. When I found them, they were still doing the podcast. So they were like, they might have been in like season, so they do all the seasons. There's like 8 seasons of the show. They might have been in season 7. But because I loved the podcast and I loved the show so much, I went all the way back to the very first episode and binge watched all the way up to the present. And, you know, just obsessed. First of all, those two, they have such good banter, such good chemistry, you know. They are, you know, they have the personality. They are funny, you know, witty, especially Etsy. I mean, I love them both, don't get me wrong. Etsy, you know, she's she got that New York, you know. She's obviously from New York, you could tell just from her accent and just like how she talks and things like that. She gives if you guys watch T Noir on here on YouTube, that's what she's giving to me. She's just really smart and really funny, and she always, you know, got gems to drop. I really, really like her. I also really, really like Nettie. Like, she's very smart and she adds a lot to the show. You know, I'm pretty sure her background is in like TV and film. You know, I think she might. She does something. She has done something. So her knowledge, just with that, bringing it to the show, was interesting. Kind of hearing some, you know, like that lingo, in terms of like, you know, on set productions and things like that, and also giving like some tidbits about the show or about that particular episode that you may not have known. They always talk about writers who wrote that particular episode of the show. It is just really good. They have guests on there. The guests are really great. It is just so good. If you are a fan of the show, girlfriends, you got to check it out. Like, check it out. It is so good. Number 2, obviously, is The Read. If you're not listening to The Read, I don't know. I don't know where you've been, what you've been doing. Like, they've been doing this over 10 years. I don't know what year they're on, but definitely over 10 years. This is a podcast about pop culture. You know, they have a segment where they talk about pop culture stuff. They have a little segment where they talk about Black excellence, you know, people who are doing excellent things. And then they have their pop culture segment. They talk about, you know, current things that are going on. They also have like listener letters where people write in talking about crazy stuff. And then, of course, at the end, they have The Read. So these are 2 queer individuals, and male and female, and they are really good friends, and they have such great chemistry. They are hilarious. Kid Fury and Crystal. Kid Fury is a comedian. He started out on YouTube doing Furious Thoughts and has since, you know, went on to do comedy specials, like do stand up, and he's on tour and doing things like that, and it's really, really awesome to see that. Crystal is they on the show, they are really big on mental health, and you know, they talk a lot about mental health and going to therapy and things like that. And Crystal, just from being on the show and talking, you know, about those things, she went to school and is now a therapist. So I think that that's so cool. The chemistry between the 2 is really great. The banter, the back and forth, you know, and with The Read. So with The Read, you know, basically, if you don't know, pretty much calling people out on their bullshit, you know, telling them about themselves. And they are so good. They're so smart. And they be getting people together. Like, anybody in the media or whoever needs a good cussing out, they are the ones to do it. They also each have dogs, and so they talk about their dogs. Crystal just became you know, she just got a dog, so just hearing them talk about their dogs. Also, Kid Fury is like big in anime and gaming, and so, you know, sometimes he gets questions about that, and they talk about that a little bit. So it's just fun. It's just really, really fun. You know, take your mind off things. I like to listen to it while I'm cleaning or cooking, just because I hate cooking. So I need something to help me get through it. And The Read is it. I love to listen to it, you know, just as I'm doing stuff around the house. It's just fun. It's just really fun to listen to. It's the first podcast that I was ever really, really into. Like I said, they've been doing it for over 10 years. They are vets, you know, in this game. A lot of what people are doing in podcasts now, they started it, you know. They were doing podcasts when not a lot of people were doing it, especially Black people, you know. So, yeah, love The Read. I even have like The Read t-shirt. I just love them. Number 3 is Baby This Is Keke Palmer. So you guys know Keke Palmer I'm a fan of hers. So, you know, I listen to the podcast here and there. You know, I don't listen to like every single episode, but you know, I do be tuned in. Because Keke, you know, she's such a personality. You know, she's such a character, and you just love to hear it. In the beginning of the show, she usually has her and her mom. Now, at one point, she did have her and her baby daddy. And I wasn't really watching the show at that time. So, yeah, I don't know. In the beginning of the show, they talk about a topic, and, you know, they give their perspectives, and I wasn't really watching that part. I kind of got into the podcast after he was gone, and it's mostly just her and her mom talking, about whatever the topic is. So I enjoy that. Her mom is cool. Her mom's interesting, and just the relationship they have is interesting. Hearing them talk about different things, talk about their experiences, and I feel like Kiki is a very good interviewer. She always has a guest on for the second half. And they get into it, they talk about stuff, talk about different things. I'm trying to think about what guests she's had on there. Let me see. Oh, I also like that it is a video podcast as well. So you can see the videos on Spotify. You can also see them on YouTube. So let me see. I like the Wayne Brady interview. I like the Trevor Jackson interview. I don't know if I have a favorite. There's a lot that I haven't seen. Oh, the Kenan Thompson interview. She also did Kel Mitchell. There's a bunch of people in here. A lot that I haven't even listened to. So, if you like to hear from different stars, black stars, not even just black, but just different stars. Vivica Fox. Oh, Snoop Dogg. That one was a good one. Because we love Uncle Snoop. I don't know what it is. I definitely I'll recommend that one. If you watch any of her interviews, watch the one with Snoop Dogg. It's fun. Okay, so number 4 is Let Me Fix It. And this one I really, really enjoyed. So the hosts are Francesca Ramsey and Delon Grant. So Francesca, is an OG. She started on YouTube doing lock content. This is before I had locks. And then she was doing Decoded on MTV, still on YouTube, a web series. And from there, she's gone on to write. She's a writer, so she's gone on to write for different television shows and programs. I'm pretty sure she was a writer on Black Girls Rock and another late night show. Can't remember. But yeah, she's great. We love her. So her and Delon. I'm new to Delon, so I'm not familiar with his background, but he's great. The banter they have. Another queer duo, male, female, and it's just fun. It's just fun. The whole premise of the show is kind of about PR. So it says each episode explores their favorite celebrity shows, catchphrases, brands, and movies of yesteryear, and then imagines what it would take to repackage them for relevance today. So super fun, all of the nostalgia vibes. So they talked about Bow Wow. It's really, really nice to meet you, ma. I'm really, really digging your style. So you wanna come chill with our ballers, huh? Let's get down. Do 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 do. And one of their Fix It. I think this was Francesca's. Was that he needs to get into pet. He needs to do a pet line because obviously Bow Wow, And she's like, yeah, he should do little doggy bandanas and all kinds of little stuff like that. And I thought that was funny. And I could totally see that. They talk about the whole light skin Aunt Viv thing. Oh, I think the episode that really got me into it, I think, was the Sister Act 2 episode. And they talked about how that was one of their favorite shows, or their favorite movies back in the days, and just that they should kind of bring it back. And so one thing about this show is that they're very good at predictions and not even trying to be. So I think that they filmed this show or recorded this show before it was announced that there was going to be another Sister Act movie. So that's kind of funny. They're good at bringing stuff up, in the zeitgeist, like bringing it back into modern day, the current times. But yeah, it's a fun one. Definitely check it out. The last one is the friend zone. Now I don't listen to that one as much. Honestly, I'll listen to it whenever I don't have anything else to listen to. And it's unfortunate because it's not that it's bad. Obviously, it's in my top 5 and I should listen to it more often. Again, we got so much to watch and read and listen to. This one just kind of falls at the wayside for me. But the hosts are Hey Friend Hey, Dustin Ross, and Asante. So it is a nice trio, and each one kind of has their own thing. Hey Friend Hey, she is like the spiritual, um, health conscious, wellness. So they do like a wellness segment. And then they have Dustin Ross. He's the comedian, of the show. He's so hilarious. Just like, oh my gosh, he is funny. He's funny. He brings up things that are happening in pop culture. Like, off the cuff, he just says the craziest things. And you never know what you're going to get, but you always know you're going to have a fun time. Like, he seems like he would be just so fun to be around in person. Like, he's a person that you would really want to like meet in real life because he just has that energy and that charisma, and that charm. And then they have Asante. Now I feel like he is the artsy, he's, the music guy. He brings up a lot of music. So on the show, sometimes they do like a TV Land and Music Man segment. So he covers the music, and that's the section that I really need to get into if I want to know, what music is popping. They will cover kind of what they're listening to, a lot of it being current or even like underground stuff, and maybe they'll bring up some older songs here and there. Yeah, and so basically the show, it says that they explore mental health, mental wealth, and mental hygiene because who in the hell wants a musty brain? That's their kind of like tagline that they say every episode. So yeah, it's pretty good. Like, if you are a fan of the read, then you'll definitely like the friend zone. They get into it. They get into some good topics. I think each episode they pick a certain topic, and then every few episodes they do like a kind of like a free for all where they just kind of talk about whatever. So this other one is called Parable of the Huckabees, and it says this week on the Friend Zone we discuss collective relentlessness and the belief systems of nihilism and absurdism. So, don't know what that means, but yeah, get into it. It's good. It's good. They get deep into some stuff, and like the slogan says, they talk about mental health and wellness, and they do it in a fun way. Yeah, anyways, that's all I got for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know some of your top songs. Let me know what are some of your top albums from this past year, especially if it's like newer releases. Let me know if there's anything that's you're anticipating for 2025. Let me know. Like I said, I'm trying to get more into the music. I'm not a music critic. That is not me. I'm not about to break down, the music in that way. Like, I'm just not, like, I'm not that girl. There are plenty of other people that you could watch. But I'm just here, to just chat. We just chatting. Okay? So, yeah, if you like this video, then definitely give it a like. subscribe, comment down below, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video.